Welcome back to another episode of The John, your daily sports dump, where we plunge into the sports world. We are a sports pipeline for breaking news, game recaps, and the hottest takes in the sports industry. So by taking care of business, let us suss out the details and feel in on what's happening. So take a seat, get comfortable, and make sure you have plenty of TP. It's time to explode the commode. I'm your host, John, and today we're diving into Bradley baseball with one of Bradley's new and exciting outfield transfers, AJ Garcia. We'll talk about his journey to Bradley, his development at the plate, and what it takes to patrol the outfield at a high level and how his team could be something special this year. AJ, thank you for joining us today.
I appreciate you, John. Thank you for having me on.
Yes, sir, man. So we talked right before I just started recording. You're from the Chicago area, as well as me. So, what did the baseball culture and the baseball in the city do for you when you were right? Obviously, I mean, we're still both technically growing up, but when you were a younger kid, what was that atmosphere like growing up? Obviously, you went to Chicago prep school during the Cubs when they won the World Series. So what was kind of growing up in the Chicago baseball culture?
Yeah, it's funny you say that because the baseball world in Chicagoland area is like very small. You kind of grow up with the same kids, even like that live in your area. You start off, in house ball at your local Chicago park districts, and then you kind of just like, and you go from there to the same travel teams, and then you end up going to the same high school together. So I've known people that I've played with that I used to play with as well for over 10 years. So like it's pretty cool to see like how we develop as human beings, as men, as athletes. Like I have buddies of mine that are at Western Illinois, Princeton, and I grew up playing with them when I was 5 or 6 years old. Like it's just so cool that Chicago baseball is really starting to grow in terms of developing Division One athletes, let alone at the pro level as well. So it's just really cool that we get to have a really cool opportunity to grow up together, and play at the highest level that many people um, like. It's a sought after mindset to have and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think a friend of the show, Connor Essenberg, is a great, like, right, obviously he's not from Chicago, but from the Chicago suburbs area. We're getting a bunch of guys in that area who are growing up, who are now on draft radars. Or Jack Bauer is another great example. Is another dude who's was on draft radars. Like it's good that, and we talked about even before the show. We have a mutual connection because it's like you said, it's a small world. So what do you think? Like, what did you develop the most at DePaul Prep when you were there? Obviously, you guys were one of the best teams in the state while you were there as well. But what do you think, right, freshman year to your senior year? What do you think you developed the most and got gained from being at DePaul?
yeah, the first thing definitely it starts in the weight room. Just putting on weight. Um, really just growing into your frame, maximizing your frame. That's definitely the biggest priority, and that's for all athletes that want to play at a high level. You have to just build the body. Um, you have to eat a lot. Like it's all connected into one thing. And obviously there's a skill side of it too. But for me, like putting on weight was the first priority. And then when COVID hit, um, that was definitely an opportunity that I took advantage of when there wasn't as much school. Um, there's a lot of like time to just like really think about what I really wanted to do with my career and like because I was still multi-sport athlete, like going into high school, I was still kind of in between on what I wanted to do. And then I talked to my family about it and we just kind of stuck to baseball and we made the most of it. Um, so yeah, definitely hitting the weights is a big priority. The skill side, my sophomore year, um, big shout out to Coach Chief. He's no longer at DePaul, but he's the assistant coach at Ridgewood Academy in Park Ridge. He's doing some incredible things over there. I still talk to him to this day. He's a big reason why I'm here sitting with you, John, right now. Um, Me and him, we would grind out in the middle of COVID 4 days a week. We'd go out in the suburbs, Palatine, where we went out there and trained out there, 4 to 5 days a week, just hitting, lifting every day. It was just a nonstop grind that I was really obsessed with. And I think grow as for the younger audience that watches this, it really starts with your mindset at the end of the day. Like it's definitely a choice and a strong commitment um, to be doing this at a high level. And I wish everybody that plays this game to just maximize the opportunity and give themselves the chance to be successful in this game because it's so hard. And you can, like, if I can do it, I didn't think I could do it. If I could do it, anyone could. Like, really, um, it's really just a blessing to be here at the end of the day. Like, and looking back at it now, like I'm like, I kind of feel like this. I feel like this pride in me that yeah, like I did that. Like,
Mhm.
I worked my butt off, and like I deserve the opportunity. And I think like it's like that's just like the beauty of it, of like working so hard at something that you want so bad.
Mhm.
So
Totally. Yeah, I agree with that. I was also a baseball guy. So I just interviewed another guy, Xander Buchan. He was from the Chicago area, then he moved because he was in South Carolina for baseball. And I was talking to him, and one of the first things he said in our interview, you're a Hall of Famer if you go 3 for 10 and in a game in on your career. That's a 30%. Like this game is built on, that's why I love baseball because it praises failure, which for me sometimes, right, school is not the easiest thing. So I'm like, oh no, but it's fine in baseball. So it makes it. That's another thing why I love baseball is it's such it. When I got the older you got, I don't know what it was like for you. The more I realized it was a lot more mental. Like we did a lot more of. I remember we had this thing called visual edge when with my parents where you had to put these 3D glasses on and you would use the arrows, the four arrows on your keyboard, and you would try and like press the arrows to match it. So it would be like three arrows pointing this way, and you have to look and you have to press. You can't look down, and you have to just press it, and it's working on your mental, your hand-eye cord. Like it was, I didn't realize if you told me that when I played t-ball that I was going to be doing stuff on my computer to help with my hand-eye coordination, I would have thought you were crazy. So that's just, I think, another thing with how amazing
it's
baseball.
funny you say that because my dad signed me up for that same thing. Like
Really?
in high school, yeah. Like even like the showcases that I would do with PBR, I remember the PBR would also do the same. Like they would have like a station, and like as like a station is like part of the showcase that you would do the visual edge t assessments with the 3D glasses using the arrow, using like they were like 3D arrows that you had to figure
Yes.
out which one it was. And then there was other like series of tasks that were for hand-eye coordination and stuff like that, and like reaction.
Yes.
So
And that me and my brother would get pissed at those things because we would mess up and then you have to restart the like it was
yeah,
obviously I'm happy I did it because I would like to say I was a somewhat decent high school baseball player and I still play so like I feel like I did a decent job. Um you're from Chicago, right? This is kind of the last thing that I'll hammer home with Chicago. Is there like a specific, it could be field, it could be cage, park, or facility that when you go there, you're like, or when you're back home for the summer, you're like, I gotta stop here and I gotta either train here and or like if I'm gonna train at this specific area.
100%. Yeah. So there's this guy I really know really well that I started hitting with. He's more of like a friend than a coach now, but like we always give each other feedback. His name is Derek Taylor. Um, Huge shout out to him. Like he has his own facility now. Like I remember like me and him in our early days, we would kind of like go to Bradley Sports Center, which is it's on Addison and Bradley Avenue. It's like right by Lane Tech and DePaul, like right where Kerry Wood Field is. So that's where we started hitting at. We started kind of hitting there like after hours, like on the down low, because he had a key to the facility, and then some policies changed and stuff like that. So he had to move facilities, and then he finally found his own spot, and it's actually right by Wrigleyville. It's off Lincoln Avenue. It's on Lincoln, and it's actually off of Ravenswood. It's like near that area, like not too far from Wrigleyville. So I've been going there. Small facility, but he has all the right tools that I need to work on my approach, or just if I'm just trying to work on something small off the tee. Like he has a machine. He has tennis balls, like skinny bats, weighted bats, short bats, like everything.
Hmm.
So if you're looking for a guy to definitely work with, he's definitely someone in the Chicagoland area that I would highly recommend.
Totally. And then now going on to the next part, college. Out of Chicago, you're one of the better guys coming out of the state. you decide to go to Michigan. What ultimately made Michigan the right place for you coming out of high school? Obviously now you're here, but and that was the same thing with Xander, who I last interviewed. He he signed with South Carolina before he even played a game in his freshman year for high school. So what was that moment like for you committing to not just another like a no offense to Bradley. Like I love Bradley, right? Obviously, but it's not like a small D1. It's Michigan, go blue, like Michigan, like one of the biggest universities in the country. So was that kind of like being like, yeah, I'm gonna go here and play.
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously like a dream come true. It was definitely one of my dream schools that I've always wanted to go to. My dad always talked about Michigan, and when I saw the opportunity to go there, when there was a big coaching change with Bakich, and that staff went to Clemson, I just saw it as a huge opportunity to reach out, and we made it happen. They put up a great scholarship that I really couldn't pass up on, and I took it, and honestly, like going, I was hungrier than ever at that moment. I was ready to get to college and play at the Power Four level now, the Big Ten, and it was definitely a big adjustment. Not just like physically, but mentally. Like that's where I really started facing my adversity. Um, it kind of started off with my grandfather passing away. First week of school, that was something that I didn't expect to happen. So that was definitely like a mental setback that I had. It kind of did impacted my grades and impacted my playing at the field. So we got that sorted out, and then I wasn't playing a lot, but I was just a sponge soaking up as much information as I can, just learning. That's really all you can do and ask for as a freshman at a bigger school like that. Just soak up as much information as you can and just learn from those you came before you, and especially obviously your coaches. I mean, they have the coaching staff there has years of experience at this level. So putting your full trust into your staff is definitely the biggest thing. Um, and I actually was fortunate enough to play a lot as well. I started almost half the games my freshman year. Started in the Big Ten tournament. So like I got in Omaha too as well. Like that's where the College World Series is at. So it's definitely a big stage to play at. Like the emotions are high. Everything. So it was super exciting. It was definitely an unreal experience as well. So and then transitioning into my sophomore year. Obviously still hungrier than ever. Like I have a year of college baseball under my belt. Then we're just ready to go, right? We're ready to
Yeah.
go. And then didn't have the best fall, but I was still optimistic of creating more opportunities for myself in the spring. And those opportunities came very few, and I feel like I handled it the wrong way. I was kind of more within myself and not more into the team, and I think that's what probably hurt myself the most from getting the opportunities was that. So like I was still in myself, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna hit the portal. So I decided to take that big step, that leap of faith, almost as some would call it, especially when you don't play a lot. I mean, there's not much leverage that you have in the portal when coaches are looking for guys that have produced at the level. Again, I didn't have much in the portal, but when Bradley called, I wasn't. It was a whole new staff. I heard Dedmon came from LMU, Curtis Kellogg came from Central Arkansas, Sean Winston came from Gonzaga. Like you name it, like the staff had a bunch of Division I coaching at experience, and that's something that I liked. It was definitely a fresh start that I feel like I needed. And ever since it sits on campus, I'm closer than ever with my teammates. They're basically my brothers. This coaching staff has done an unreal job of really making me feel comfortable in my own skin and really like developing players. Like that was their highest priority,
Hmm.
was developing, and that's something that I definitely needed, not just on the baseball side, but also in life as well.
Hmm.
So they've really done a good job of being there for us
Hmm.
and for the team, and I'm super excited to be at Bradley.
Totally, yeah, and to kind of talk a little bit, not hammer home the Michigan. What did you gain, right? You talked a little bit about that experience in your freshman year, how you gained so much from not playing, absorbing it, and then when you played it, right? I have wrote down here you played in 46 games, had 28 starts. So you played in a lot of games. And then you had kind of the exact opposite happen that sophomore year. What was that like to kind of like what did you gain from that, right? Even though obviously I was a baseball player in high school and I didn't play all the time. Everybody wants to play. You want to be one of those starting nine guys. What did you get from that experience when you had experience of playing your freshman year and then your sophomore year you took a step back? What did you gain from that you're kind of using this year? And you're having a lot of success this year, even though, right, it's a limited amount of games. You're still hitting over 300.
Yeah. So taking a step back, actually, obviously, like in high school, when you're a high recruit like that, like you're considered like the man, and like you kind of have like this sense of like pride and almost like ego as well. And I feel like when I got to college, it was almost like crushed a little bit, and I kind of took that a little bit personal in like almost the worst way possible, where I just got within myself. And but I was still optimistic because I'm only a freshman, right? So when I found out I was getting my first career start against Penn State, which was to open up Big Ten play, like that's a big that's a big game to because conference play matters a lot, especially when you're trying to make the NCAA tournament and win at large bid too as well. So that was definitely my mindset there was just you know what like. I'm good enough to be here at this level. Like, just go for it. Like, screw it. Like, whatever happens, happens. And I was hot for a bit. I was hot for about a month or so. I was hitting like 350, and then like I started playing more like a freshman, and I plateaued, and the stats dropped. Like, it is what it is. It happens, right? So then jumping into my sophomore year, I didn't have a great fall. Like I said before, the pitching is probably the biggest difference. Like the pitching just kept getting better and better. And I just wasn't honestly, I just wasn't ready. I wasn't making the adjustments that quick enough that I needed to. And that's really what set me back the most. Yeah, so that's basically the biggest reason why I didn't play was I wasn't able to make the physical and most importantly the mental adjustments
Mhm.
that I needed to make. That's part of maturing as an athlete, as a person as well.
And you talked a little bit about Bradley. What do you think? Like a year ago, right now we're starting to start up the season for most colleges. A year ago now, compared to you currently, what is the big right? You talked about how the pitching was a big change for you in your sophomore year. How do you think you've done this year so far competing with that? And also, you've had to deal with a lot of road trips as well. You've kind of been all over. So that obviously has a effect in it. But what do you think you've done well in changing as a player and as a guy, as a man, from last year, this time, and now?
Yeah. So I think this was this was more of like a mindset that needed to be changed. It was more of just my mindset. It wasn't the skill. It never to be honest, it never was the skill. It was more of just like how I carried myself and like all about like perspective on all sorts of things. Like looking at it from a 30,000 foot view, you know. I I was just so like when I knew I was going to Bradley, I was like, all right, this is my opportunity to really make a change as a teammate, as a person, and also just unlock like skill and ability that I never thought that could be achieved. So that's what I was looking most forward to coming to Bradley, meeting a bunch of new people as well, and that was the highest priority was just being a better teammate, being a better person, and I felt like if I knew I did that, if I prioritized that the most, then I feel like the baseball side would clean up on its own. And as of right now, it has, and I'm going to keep doing my part to help lead this team on and off the field. And yeah,
Totally, totally. And then you talked a little bit how it was a whole new staff. What was that adjustment like, right? You talked about the new teammates, right? You were in a system for 2 years. You're going to start to get comfortable, starting to know people. And then, right, obviously you transferred for the opportunities and everyone respects that. Now you're here. You don't know, you may know one or two dudes, maybe if you're lucky, right? Now you're coming in. It's not like the coaches have been like it's a completely new staff. So is that kind of adjustment like where it's not like you're just going to a new team with coaches that have been there. This is everyone's like first time for the most part on this roster. So what is that kind of like, right? Everyone's learning the Peoria area, the Peoria spots, the food spots, the Bradley sports complexes, all that stuff. So what was that kind of like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that experience was great. I mean, I came here August 14th was when I moved in my apartment. School didn't start till the 27th. So there were some guys on campus that there was already some of my teammates that I haven't met before were on campus early as well with me. So getting the opportunity to hit BP in the field with my teammates, like that was definitely the spark that really created like such the good culture that we have here. Just getting to know each other. Um, Obviously, like our main identity is baseball, but like we also got to learn. We got closer off the field as well too. We have like a lot of like team bonding events that we have. Like we'd go to the baseball house. Um, our head coach Justin Dedman, he invited us over for like a big lunch party at the start of the school year, just to get to know each other better. Just to get to know the family as well as kids. Like it was really an awesome thing. He's done an incredible job of making of encouraging and sparking the culture, and now it's been more on us to make it even stronger. And it's really the culture's been so good to where it just takes pressure off me in the field. Like it's just like I'm just here playing ball, playing backyard baseball with my guys, right? Like and that's really all that matters is like when you start to just take off the pressure and just surrender to the results and just go out there and give it your all. Like, I mean, it really makes the game, it helps you slow down the game. And it makes it a little easier. It's obviously a hard sport, but it makes it a lot easier. And the facilities here are absolutely great. Super great. I mean, we have Dozer Park, which is high A for the Cardinals, Peoria Chiefs. I mean, that's probably like a top five, like largest college baseball stadium in terms of capacity. I mean, it's an unreal facility. We have our own locker room. The weight room is unreal. The trainers are unreal. Our strength coach Wayne Knoll is awesome. Really, like everything's just connected into one, and I felt like it's just been the it's been the right fit ever since I stepped on campus.
Mhm. Yeah, what is that kind of like? Being at Dozier Park, right? You said you came in early August, mid August. The pros are still in season. So did you have any crossover with the pros? And if so, what was that kind of like, right? These dudes are doing your dreams, right? And I was able to I worked with some of them. I was a bat boy. I was able to interview some of the guys on the team. What was that kind of like for you to, right? They're doing your dreams. So what was that kind of like if you ever had any crossover with them?
Yeah. So obviously we had to communicate really well with the grounds crew to get onto the field to hit BP. Obviously most of their games during the week are at night. So we'd have like specific hours throughout the morning and the early afternoon because the players would get there like 5 to 6 hours early, like just to get treatment done or just to do their own separate routines that they have, which is obviously understandable. I mean, they're pros for a reason, right? They have their own separate routines. They're there at I mean, that's their job. So, it's definitely awesome. And like, I remember um, just like we had the code to get into the facility as well. So we would honestly just like walk in through the back door of the field and just watch the game if we wanted to for free. And then like they usually had fireworks after the game, so we'd watch the fireworks and then go hit in the bubble that we share with them. So it's honestly pretty cool. And like I've seen them in the tunnel too, and those dudes are freaking big. Like they're just big physical dudes. Like looking at me, like I thought I was like somewhat physical, but I mean they're like just on another level. So it's pretty cool to see that like okay, like now I know like how they look and how they carry themselves. Like now it's time for me to develop and do the same thing. Like it's a constant, it's constant development no matter what. Like you're always trying to find growth in some sort of aspect of this game and just finding a way to just maximize it.
Totally, totally. And now we talked a lot about, hey, now we'll talk on the defensive side. You're a lefty guy for those who don't know. Obviously being lefty as a hitter is one thing. Being a lefty fielder is a completely other thing. What is right as an outfielder, I know we were not talking as much about high school stuff, But in an article for Perfect Game, they talked about your athleticism and your outfield arm. How much do you pride yourself on defense in the outfield?
It's it's definitely it's probably the most important thing. I mean, people you probably heard this before. Many people, I mean, have said that defense wins championships. Like it really does. I mean, if you can limit any sort of 90 feet on the bases, I mean, obviously that's going to prevent from runs being scored. So, just as an outfielder, your job is to cut distance on the ball, throw it to the cutoff guy. Um, it may seem simple, but like, I mean, if you mess up, you're the only guy out there. Like, I mean, it makes the errors look like a lot bigger than they are, and then it's true. So, the main priority as an outfielder is to cut as much distance from the gaps and from the ball as much as you can, and having a strong arm is and the speed and the range are all connected into one thing to being an elite outfielder is just and again that goes back to just being an athlete. Like you have to move well, you have to have good reaction. You can't make too early of a read on a ball due to wind or whatever sorts of circumstances. Like even like every field plays differently. Like you got turf fields, you got natural grass fields, you have uneven surfaces. Like there's all sorts of obstacles and distractions that could prevent you from being a very good outfielder. But at the end of the day, that to me, that's just more of just like a mindset and a choice that of how you play the game. So like I've talked to one of my sports psychologists that I had, and like you got to be an offensive, like defensive center fielder, if you know what I mean. Like you have to just go and attack the ball, and just trust your instincts. And I think that's really what's helped me out a lot to being a good outfielder.
Totally. And I was an outfielder, and a lot of coaches said in my ear, first step back, not forward. Because I made a lot of those bad reads. And if for the outfielders who are watching, you know exactly what I'm line drives that go over your head because you misread them and you step in. Those happened a lot to me. So I definitely understand with what you're saying. I was definitely more of a, I'm not gloating about myself. I was definitely a better hitter than I was defender. Um,
Yeah.
what is a right specific defensive play as a right center fielder is usually one of the more athletic guys on the team. What is one of the those like plays, right? Jumping, leaping over the feet fence to rob a ball, diving. What would you say is like the your like most ideal and favorite like elite defensive play that kind of is like a ESP like top 10, right? Da-na-na, like one of those
Yeah.
kind of plays.
I think it's like those late in the game situation where there's runners on base with less than two outs, like a ball in the gap, like just like diving for a ball. Maybe like in that situation, it's probably not the best time to dive for a ball, but you just go for it anyways, and you just trust yourself and you go for it. I honestly haven't really had many opportunities to rob home runs, typically, just depending on like the situation of the game or like where I'm playing defensively on shifts, whatnot, or if balls are just hit over my head to where I don't have enough time to react and make a perfect timing rob of a home run. But definitely those the diving plays are so fun. I mean, it's fun getting the uniform dirty and using your speed and using the because diving is not easy. I mean, there's people I know that have had the diving yips before where like they've had previous injuries where like it's like almost like PTSD for them, and like I understand that completely. But but yeah, and I think also like another really good play is like when you're camped under a ball and like a runner's trying to score and you just gun them out at the play, or you make a really good throw to your cutoff guy and you get the assist on it. Like it's those are definitely the plays that really shift momentum on games. So
Totally. And I also think, right, playing high school ball at Cary Wood, I think robbing a home run off of that center field will be just a little challenging, you know, with how tall those fences are. Right now, I'm gonna kind of shift it. You're a student athlete. You're a student first. So what is it like, right? You earned all academic, a spring all academic honors at Michigan and all Big Ten. How do you balance being a student and being an athlete, right? Especially you're at a Power Four in Michigan, and now we talked about before the we started recording. Bradley technically doesn't have a home field because they're getting work done on Doja Park. So now it's not like you're here, you have a series here. You guys are traveling almost every week, multiple times a week. So how do you kind of balance that with also being a student trying to pursue a degree?
Definitely. It obviously the grades. I mean, school is obviously the top priority. If you don't have the grades, I mean, you're going to be ineligible to play. So that's just how it is. That's part of it. No one said it was going to be easy. Um that's why certain people signed up for it, and really it's all about really having really good communication as well with your professors. Like making sure at the beginning of the semester, like first day of classes, it's probably syllabus week, but they would probably really appreciate it if you go up to them and say, "Hey, my name is this and that. Like I'm a student athlete. I play this sport. I'm excited to take your class. I just want to let you know that we're in season, and if I may miss I may be missing your classes on Thursday and Friday or whatever day your class falls on towards the weekend. So just communicating that definitely goes a long way. Obviously, sending follow-up emails because I mean, obviously they're teaching other hundreds of students as well, so they might not remember it, they might lose track of it. So just the non-constant communication is definitely it goes a long way. It makes it easier for them. Just building that relationship. They also might kind of give you some grace too as well. Just building a good relationship with your professors definitely goes a long way. It'll definitely help your grade out for sure. But yeah, but going back to like school, like at Michigan, like I mean, it was tough. Like it's a hard school. A lot of distractions. Like I was in 300-person lectures. Like it's rough. Because it's almost like there's no attendance there. Like you don't have to show up. But when that test comes around and you're not there in class, like you're screwed. So like obviously it's obviously your decision to go to class or not, but just know that if you don't go to class and you don't take your notes and you don't study, um, you're not going to get the grade that you want. Like you have to earn it, just like how you earn playing time and opportunities on the field. So
Mhm.
it kind of goes hand in hand. It's just a nonstop grind. But you have to lean into it. You have to embrace it, and then when you do, like you'll get the results that you want. And so yeah,
Totally. Yeah. I think also I have a buddy who also is at Tennessee and their lectures are almost the same size. Going from a school like Michigan to where Bradley, I think the average class size is like 20 to 24 is probably a huge change. You know, you're not used to seeing your professor that close and
yeah,
having to walk down that many uh, stairs to go see him. You can just walk straight up to him. So I think that's definitely a different change. And right, something with being a student athlete, you have to find some motivations and stuff. So who do you say, and this question, it might sound a little confusing, what motivates you off the field, or who is someone that you're kind of like, I'm gonna keep on playing because of this person, right? Like for me, it was like, right, I'm gonna keep on playing because I want to keep my dad happy, stuff like that. Like, what is your kind of why? Why do you keep on playing, keep on going, wanting to get better and better and better?
yeah. I mean, it all started when I was 3 years old, and my dad told me that I was hitting off a tee, and I almost like didn't miss the ball, and he was like kind of like oddly like shocked about it, and I don't know if I believe him or not that I actually did that because I don't remember to be honest with you. But yeah, that apparently that's the claim to fame, I guess. But um, like it's just like I do it because I want to I want to my younger self would be so proud. I mean, like it's truly like a blessing, really. Like and my family's been like the greatest support system ever. So I don't want to say I feel like I do. I mean, I do it for them as well, obviously, but I feel like it's okay to do it for yourself too. Like I feel like I worked way too hard to I took so much time out of my life to work and put in work in the weight room, in the cage, in the field. I feel like I also owe it to myself a little bit. Like, damn, like you work way too like you came this far. Like, just keep freaking going. Like keep going until someone makes you stop. Right? Like when you have that mindset, I feel like you can just keep going no matter if you're slumping, hitting 200 or you're hitting 400. Like it doesn't matter. Um, and I think having a good support system, like having my dad being there for me, my mom, my brother, um, like that, like that's all connected. So that's definitely like my biggest why. Um, I just want to make my younger self proud and my family proud.
Totally, totally. And right now we talked a lot about your way too, Bradley. Now that you're here, obviously the season's been off to a little bit of a hard start for the team. And you've obviously done a great job starting, but what is something right through these first couple of series that you think you need to work on? And then as a team, right? The good thing about baseball in both college and MLB is the season's so long. You have so many games. So, right,
100%.
even though, right, I mean, I was watching a YouTube video while I was eating about the 2019 Nationals. They started 19-32 or something. Like they did not start good and they won the World Series. So, what is something right that you think you and the team right off to a little bit of a rough start can work on and improve and then be a competitor in the Missouri Valley? And right, we've seen teams Evansville, Murray State last year made it all the way to Omaha. Like it's a very good baseball conference. So, what do you think you guys can do and you need to do for you guys to take that next step and put Bradley on the map?
100%. I want to start off like with like the coaches have been doing a great job of just feeding us information, and we've all been soaking up like sponges. Um, we just need to take more ownership of our team. We need leaders. We need everyone to be leaders, not just like just selecting just four different people to be captains. Like we need like it all takes everyone. I feel like we've just been there. I think 6 out of the 7 games we've had, we've been either in the lead or we've been within a couple runs in like the middle late innings, and like it's just that one big inning that blows up, and like we just can't come back from it. So we've had like we actually had a meeting yesterday just talking about like where our heads at as a team, and like we're still trying to figure out like our identity as a team together. I mean, obviously it's a new team. We have 28 transfers. A lot of them as well don't have a lot of D1 experience, and that's okay. We're all capable of playing at this level because I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen it in the inter squads. I've seen it in the fall. I mean, we're a great group of guys, and again, like I said before, the culture's so good that it should take pressure off of yourself to just like be free and just like to again, like I said before, surrender to the results. So, but going back to the meeting that we had yesterday, we're just still trying to figure out who we are as a team, and like it like we've had some like we've been off to like a really hot start early in the game, and then we kind of get flat, and then like we can't really come back from it. So it's all about just we play a good we play a good half baseball right now. Like we're playing a great first half, and then the second half just hasn't been going our way.
Mhm.
Um so once we just, I think this weekend's also we play UT Martin, great baseball squad in the OVC. So again, that's just another great opportunity to just flush it. And like you said before, it's a long season. It's a 56 game regular season schedule. So we have so many more opportunities to just grow and develop. Like we had a great practice today. We got better. Like we got definitely better. Pitchers were throwing great in bullpens. Um, we were making great adjustments in the box with our approach. Like so, once we start to figure that out and how we decide to play the game, playing it fast, playing it hard, like Devin says, gas pedal down, like just playing with their nuts on the line, you know what I mean? Like just letting them hang and just freaking just having fun, right? Like once we learn how to do that, I feel um like it's gonna make the game really fun, a lot easier, and we're going to hell load of baseball games.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's one of the most exciting things about baseball is, I mean, you can I no one expected Murray State to go on that run last year, but they believed in each other. And like you said, like it's a lot of these smaller schools, they're either guys, right, who have been at the Power Four level or a lot of JUCO guys who technically don't have the Division One experience and aren't labeled as good enough. They're just under recruited. Like they're not good enough. And I think that's what makes the smaller conferences for right for our basketball team, for all of our sports, it makes it so interesting because you have a bunch of those guys who have both seen it and then both who want to go see that insane levels. Like no one expected that run from Murray State last year, which is I think why it was so cool and gives teams like us so much hope.
I agree, and like to add on, like the like people obviously on social media see it as like a Cinderella story.
Uh-huh.
Well, like I feel like if you're actually the person like living in that experience or like you're on that team, like you don't think it's a Cinderella story. Like you expected that. Like that's the expectation. Like I bet Murray State expected to go to Omaha. Like they knew they had a great squad. Obviously most people didn't see that coming and they saw it as like just like a Cinderella story and like yeah, that's really cool and all, but like if you're actually part of it, like I feel like I would kind of take that a little bit personal in a weird way. I feel like it's like no, like screw that. Like we knew we were going to Omaha. Like,
Exactly.
we knew we were going to win the Valley. Like and and we're and at Bradley like we're capable of doing that too. Like I know last year like they didn't have a good year at all. Like a lot of guys were out of eligibility and like hit the portal, so it was a whole new team this year and we're in a rebuild phase, and that's okay. Um, we have a great coaching staff that does a great job at their job, and like it's really exciting where Bradley baseball is going.
Mhm.
Devin does a great job of promoting our program, and we had a trivia night the week before we went to play Bethune-Cookman in Daytona, Florida, and that was an awesome turnaround. Like I mean, I didn't expect like the turnout that we had. Like it was amazing. Not saying that wasn't gonna be fun, but like it was fun. Like we had trivia, we had like other mini games that were going, we had auctions. Like it was very interactive, and I got to meet my teammates' family members as well. So that's just a cool experience that we had. And again, like we go about our business the right way, and that's something that I love about this place.
Totally. And I think, like, I know we've talked a lot about the Murray State. They had 40 plus wins. Like, that wasn't the thing about, like, and right, we're coming up on March Madness. There's always going to be a Cinderella run, right? The thing about those teams that go on those Cinderella runs, they have like for college basketball, they have like 20 plus wins. Like they're not like bad teams. They're just labeled as, oh, they don't play the best competition, so they can't have that star talent. Now, I think Murray State got unlucky and Gage Wood decided to strike out 23 or something. Like that
So I
gave
got
us
19 no hitter, like
yeah,
yeah.
that you sometimes you can't control that, right? But I think that's another great thing that also it put the Valley on the map too. Is like this is a legit conference, and now we're gonna kind of go into little lighter questions. Right? Bradley, new coaching staff, coincidentally got new jerseys. So out of their new jerseys, which one? And if I can find a picture, I'll put it up. Which one would you say is definitely your favorite uniform to rock?
Let me actually, honor. I actually have like 4 out of the 5 jerseys right here right now because I'm about to pack soon to go to Tennessee. So if you want, I can pull out the one that I like the most, or if you want,
Totally. Yeah,
show
you.
you all of them if you want.
Yeah, whatever's you want.
So I have every single one except the home white jersey. It's
Okay.
basically the same as the red Bradley script, except it's just white.
hmm
But so I'll start off with the this is the our road uniform, our gray. It's
Those are
fully
nice.
stitched, fully buttoned down.
Oh, we like
This is
that.
definitely probably one of my favorites, especially since we play a lot of games on the road. We have about 40 away games this year. So like, and like, I think our first 28 games are on the road. So like, this definitely, I mean, the road has got to be good, right? So like, these are really clean. You got the Bradley shield on the back, fully stitched, have the Valley logo stitch as well. This is definitely a great jersey. I love this one. And then probably this is my personal favorite. I think everyone would say, but this it's the cream ones, man. Like
Yes.
the cream jerseys. I mean, like these are more of like our alternate uniforms. We wear these on the road as well. I mean, just a clean old school look.
Yeah.
You have the Valley patch here on the side. Got the same Bradley shield in the back. Um, and to go with the custom pant, like we have the pants as well that match. Like they're custom. They're
Those are
awesome. It just fits. It's a clean look.
awesome.
And then here's this jersey as well. We have just a red Bradley B.
Oh,
This
that's
is a clean
nice.
look, yeah. We wear this on the road as well. I don't know if we'll be wearing this at home too as like an alternate, but this is just a print on jersey. Pretty clean looking
That's
jersey.
nice.
And then this is one I was telling you before. This is the red Bradley script.
That's
This
nice.
one's pretty sick.
Hmm.
I like this one a lot. Again, with the Valley logo on the back, the Bradley shield in the back, print on jersey, clean jersey. And then obviously I don't have the white one with me because we
Yeah.
haven't home game
But
yet.
I know what the white one looks like. Yeah, I was when I came here last year, they were still in most of their sports, we're still using like the older Bradley logo or like the older, it's like a year, but like the font.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was looking on, I don't know if you know home field, for like the old school logos. And for Bradley it was a script. And now like I got my closet like right here. I have like or my cabinets of my clothes. Like I have like three or four like Bradley. I think the script B is like one of the better like logos. And I'm happy that they're starting to use it in they're using it in women's basketball. They're using it in women's softball. They're using it in baseball. I think for baseball especially, like it's a good like baseball logo because you can get the script B on the hats, which is what we have, and I think it looks good. Like the script B like jersey where it's just a script. Like I think those are all cool. But I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a big cream guy.
Yeah.
Um, Now we'll kind of go right. Now I was talking about fat, funner sort of questions. You're from the Chicago area, obviously. I've kind of hammered that at home. If people don't listening by now don't know, then I don't know what to tell you. What would you say is your favorite Chicago food spot? And then to kind of build off that, your favorite Chicago food.
Yeah. So I wouldn't necessarily say this is like Chicago area, but there's this place in off River Road in like Des Plaines, like not too far from the
I
airport.
think I know what you're
Oh,
gonna say.
it's called Gene and Jude's.
Yes.
God. I mean, just an unreal Chicago style hot dog. I mean, they have no ketchup there. They used to be cash only, but now they take cash and credit now and then card. So, but by far, I mean, like anytime I take a bite, like the you can get I get a double dog. I get
Yeah,
two double dogs. I get two double dogs. They come with fries in them. And sometimes if I'm feeling really fucking hungry, sorry, excuse my language, if I'm
you're
feeling
good.
hungry, I'll get an extra side of fries as well on the
You got
side.
to.
I mean, like it's just like melts in your mouth. Like you get hungrier as you eat it. That's kind of like how I put it. It's so good. Like the hot dog just like snaps. Like when you chew it, just like
Yeah.
there's like a snapping feeling to it. The oil that they use in the fries, like the potato, I don't know what that is, but it's like unreal. It's like
Mhm.
gold. So that's definitely my favorite spot. I can't wait to go back home and get that. Um, Favorite food? I mean, our pizzas, obviously. I mean,
Yes.
I may compete with New York, but like I'm a deep dish guy. I mean, I know they're filling, but deep dish is unreal. I love deep dish pizza. The flavor's great. I mean, Giordano's pizza is unreal. That's probably my favorite spot. So
Yes. I have a friend from you coincidentally Palatine and we talk about it and he's like my mom tells me like every time if he goes there remember to bring cash and when we
yeah,
I went there I brought a friend there over I think it was fall break and you see him also like potato press the fries too like everything like it's a great food spot right when you said near O'Hare I was like oh I think I know where he's going.
yeah.
Oh,
Also, there's also another spot called Super Dog. It's
yes,
one
that's right.
of
That's
the
by
yeah.
me. Yeah.
That's great. Honestly, I actually like their burgers more than their hot dogs.
Really?
I don't know if you had the burgers there, but their burgers are unreal. They take longer to make, but they're really good. So if you go back to Superdog, I would try out a burger. They're pretty
I
good.
got you. So now, right, obviously you said you're going to be away for a lot, but what is your walk-up song and has it changed in a year by year basis as you've been in college?
Yeah, I feel like the walk-up song things are like for me, like I get really picky because like I want to hear a song that is like has a good like rhythm to it and beat, but like I also want the audience to also like I want the crowd to also like kind of feel like that beat as well. So like I took a hot minute to choose my walk-up song, but I'm doing Thuggish Ruggish Bone. It's like
Okay.
an older like hip hop song. Like it's a great I heard Kyle Schwarber had that one when he was with the Phillies. Like I heard like that. I'm like, that sounds good. Like it would sound good in the stadium, you know what I mean? Like I always like play out like how the song would sound in like at Dozer because like obviously it's a pro ballpark. Like it would sound good. So yeah, that's my walk-up song. I had other options. Like I had Drake, I had some Spanish or Spanish rap or whatever, but
Yeah.
I thought that was one that I could stick to. I feel like I could listen to it the most.
Mhm.
Obviously I have the freedom to change it. We all do to change it
Yeah.
whenever we want. But I think that one's gonna be something that gets the crowd going and myself going.
Yeah, when I was in high school, for your first year on varsity, I played a lot my junior year. They picked your walk-up song, and mine was "One Kiss" by Dua Lipa, and I ended
Mhm.
up liking it so much I just picked it again. For
That's
my
got a good beat. That's got a good beat
exactly.
to it.
That's my
Like
walk-up.
it's kind of got like a EDM like house beat to it. It's kind of
Exactly.
nice.
So you can
Yeah.
hit the fret
Yeah, the
flips.
frat flick or whatever you want to do. Yeah.
And that's my walk-up song for club baseball too. And when you talk about the how it you want to get the crowd involved in it, my mind goes right. I think it was Bryson Stott, or was it? No, it was Bryce Harper when he hit that home run in the playoffs, and they're all singing his everybody, oh, oh, okay.
think that was Bryson
That
Scott, but
was
yeah, that was
that was
even like without the play-by-play announcers there in there as well. Like just hearing the crowd being involved in the next pitch nuke in the playoffs, like
yes,
I mean, that's the stuff that you live for. You know what I mean?
exactly.
That's one of the biggest reasons why we want to play this game because you want to live in those dream moments where you're hitting the solo shot to bring your team up late in the game and playing the biggest stage of or baseball in general. Like so,
Exactly. If you could face any MLB pitcher, past or present, who would it be and why?
this is a tough one. Um, I like to say Nolan Ryan because like people have claimed that like he's been up to like 108 or something
Yeah,
like that. And like I don't know if like radar guns are like were like introduced at that time, but I heard he's been up to like obviously in the triple digits. So I would like to face him like in his prime because like I mean I love fastballs. Like and
yes.
you want to get a fastball as long as you're early and on time for it. Like if you have an early gather, early load, and you're on time for it. Um, but I feel like also like in terms of like stuff wise, I feel like DeGrom would be pretty
Yeah.
fast. Just like
Uh-huh.
everything is just hard. Like everything's fast. His slider's fast. Like obviously like when he was healthy, like with the Mets too. Like I mean he was dirty even with the Rangers as well. Like he was just easy, like an easy 99. He doesn't look like a guy that he just moves well. He's just an insane athlete, just moves well. He's like a slender 6'4" dude.
Exactly.
Just throws the hell out of the ball. Like, I mean, so that's definitely someone that I would definitely like to face.
That's fair. And I think that's what the MLB is becoming. Like all these 6 foot 4, 5 dudes throwing 100. Their changeups are nine low fat like
92,
fastballs. Like that's a
92.
fastball. That's a
Yeah.
fastball, and it shouldn't move like a changeup. But like Paul Skeens, I don't know if you saw his at bat this spring against Ronald Acuna. His
Hmm.
changeup looks like a fastball and then just dropped. Like
Yeah.
that's
All
one
about,
thing.
yeah, it's all about the tunneling too. Like, I mean, like even like when he was at LSU, like he was obviously unstoppable in the World Series in 2023. I mean, and like he's just gotten better every year. I mean, like the numbers don't lie. His ERA was like under one, like for like the longest time ever, and like every start he had, he would go into like the sixth or seventh inning, like every time, and just a quality start. Like that's what you want out of your starting pitcher, and he's done that consistently at the highest level of baseball, and like. I mean, I did see that at bat today in class. Acuna Acuna actually had a really good takeoff a slider that like
Yeah.
started like close to
Hmm.
him because like he was tunneling every pitch really well. Like everything was like starting up and in on him for the most part, and then he I don't know if he was fooled or not, or if he just knew that it was going to be a slider or a sweeper that was just going to run off the plate or and be
Yeah.
up. But I mean, like definitely a hard at bat to go
Yeah.
and especially in spring training early in the year when you have other guys in the minor leagues trying to make a name for themselves and make the 40-man roster.
Mm. And pitchers are always ahead. And to kind of talk about baseball, we have I think I'm so happy they brought this back. We got the World Baseball Classic coming up here soon. Who do you think will win and who will you be rooting for, right? Obviously, I have opinions on the Tarek Skubal news, but we saw that he's only going to pitch one game, which is don't get me started. But who do you think is going to win and then who are you most excited to watch?
So like obviously with Japan winning it 3 years ago, um, I think the USA has a lot of young talent on that roster, which I notice. You have Aaron Judge as your captain. You got an unreal pitching rotation. I mean, but I think the USA is going to make a really deep run. Obviously, like the DR, the Dominican Republic
Yes.
is also a big contender. Mexico's very good. Japan's very good. Um, and Puerto Rico's awesome too. I'm Puerto Rican. I would love for them to make it all the way. I'm pretty sure I don't know if it was Puerto Rico and the US in the championship game in 2017, from what I remember.
You
Um,
might be right. I think it was
it was
because I think
I think it was either the DR and USA or USA and Puerto Rico, but like I was torn between the two. I didn't know who. I think it was Puerto Rico. I don't know. Like I didn't like obviously like I'm from Chicago, so like yeah, I love the US to win, but like my culture and family is back in Puerto Rico as well. So like I don't know who to win. Like I just want to watch a good game of baseball at the end of the day, and obviously the USA came up on top. But I got to root for my guys in the U.S., man. Like I have to. Like, I mean, it would be exciting for them to be back on top of the baseball world again. I think that would be pretty cool.
That's another thing why I love this is it's baseball's equivalent of the World Cup, and like, and that's what because everyone was talking about like baseball's a dying sport, baseball's a dying sport.
Yeah.
That's what I think this tournament like proves that is not true at all. Like
Mhm.
Brazil, Great Britain, like you wouldn't expect these guys to have a team like Chesia. Their dudes are plumbers and they're striking out show like you wouldn't expect it, and they're out here competing. Like I'm that's what I love about it is like it's the stories you hear from it is like Czech Republic got big last tournament because they had plumbers and stuff, and they're running it back and they made it again. So that's what I love about this is it it brings out stories that you would never expect, and that's why I'm so excited for it.
I agree.
Um, now to kind of wrap up, what is to kind of give your advice, right? Obviously, you've been through all the recruiting, right? All the mental battles, right? You're still going to have a bunch going in the season. What is some advice you would give to kids in high school trying to be recruited at D level, D1 level programs, or in general in college programs?
Yeah. First of all, it all starts with your mindset. If you're willing to put in the consistent hard work in the weight room, I mean, the weight room, I'm going to stress that again. Like, that's like the biggest thing is just being as physical as possible as you can because that'll help you unlock speed, help you unlock velocity on the mound, help you unlock honestly all the tools that you need to be at the Division 1 level. It starts in the weight room. And like for some people, that's the hardest thing to do is to be in the weight room and do it consistently. But like once you start making those big strides and you find the routine, like I remember, like out of high school, I'd use Andrew Badochka. He's big now. Like when I first was with him, my sophomore year of high school, he only had a few thousand followers, and now he's up to 12,000 followers on Instagram, a lot on TikTok. He originally trained Max Clark during COVID. That's how he got his name out there. Um, he's a really good online remote trainer. He definitely knows his stuff. Um, but I mean, if you go to even if you go to if you don't want to pay the money to have a personal trainer, like you just go to your local gym and just put on the weight. Just going back to more on the baseball side, just your summer ball team matters a lot. Like you like summer ball, like get into like the travel ball circuit. There's a lot of competitive tournaments in the Midwest. Obviously, when you go down south, you got like the East Cobb Astros complex in Merida, Georgia. You have Lake Point in Georgia. You have really good tournaments in Florida. Um, so really, just getting your name out there in travel ball, where you know there's going to be college coaches or even pro scouts too. Like, I mean, that's also, I mean, if you look in recent drafts, the first round had so many high school shortstops. Like I was mind blown by. I was like, he hasn't even stepped foot on the college campus, and they're paying him millions of dollars in signing bonuses. Like, but it's possible. Like you can set yourself up to really make that happen, and like that's the beautiful thing about it. Like, and post stuff on Twitter. Like, I mean, some people might think that's like not the right thing to do, but that's what I did. Like, I would post me doing a max deadlift PR, like something like. But like, it just shows like the work ethic and like that you're willing to put in the work, and then that obviously will translate on the baseball field as well. And like when coaches see that, they're like, "That's the guy I want." Like just the guy who puts his head down and just stays in that tunnel vision where he just wants to he's just obsessed with the work that he puts in.
Hmm.
So to my advice to all those kids, just never stop working. Just and you're playing his game at the end of the day, right? Like just know that like the game doesn't define you at all. And like that's something that I had to realize. Like I was really trying to figure out who I was as a person because I only knew myself on the baseball field. And like it took me till college to really like figure out who I am off the field and I feel like that's kind of been like a big setback on my career a little bit. So I want kids to just go out there, play multiple sports too as well, like just be an athlete. Um, you'll make connections with people that you never thought you could later in life when baseball, because at some point there's an end, right? And you need to have um another thing like I don't want to say a plan B because like if you want to make baseball your career, you can obviously make that happen. So like by all means, by all means necessary, make that your only plan right now. But when eventually the game does come to an end for you, like just be a social media, like be a social butterfly, like talk, interact with everybody. I think that's the biggest piece of advice that I have for the younger audience.
Totally. Well, AJ, thank you for taking time out of your busy right schedule. You talked about it earlier on the podcast. You guys are leaving tomorrow, so you taking time, it means a lot. Thank you guys for tuning in to today's episode of John Day Sports Dump, where we plunge into everything sports and flush out all the nonsense. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss another episode. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram for sports updates and hot takes in real time. Join me next time on the John, your day sports dump, where we'll be dropping some potatoes into the crock pot and some key game and getting some key game insights. Until then, keep game face on and stay regular. This is the John.
Don't nobody go in the bathroom for about 35, 45 minutes. Somebody